Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Morning, Jose. You good, Jose?
Sorry, I think I would go without the camera. I think my camera has some issue. The connection has some issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start with a brief introduction among ourselves and then move forward with the project objectives and the team members and things like that. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe I'll call the names on my screen so that it will be, it will be easy for us. Maybe we'll start with Cecil.
Good morning, everybody. I think I know a couple of you, but I'm not familiar with some of you. So my name is Sushil. I am a faculty here at the Department of Animal Science at Texas A&M University in College Station. So I work with, of course, with animals, but especially on dairy cows. And my research focus is on using precision technology. So I use sensor-based technologies and other tools to identify disease and all other aspects of dairy cow. So, first of all, welcome to everybody. I think this is truly interdisciplinary project, interdisciplinary group. You will learn today about like different aspects from crop science, animal science, and computer science and geospatial science. So we'll be learning throughout this project. We'll be learning about different aspects and how we can utilize data to make decisions. So the goal is to identify if we can come up with tools that helps us make decisions based on data that we collect. And the whole ag industry, not only on animal science, also crop science, lots of new tools and technologies based on data, and it is coming along. So basically, our goal is to give you some tools, and over the course of these weeks, you will learn how you can relate that data and how you can identify how you can make decisions based on those. So I'll keep it short for now. We will discuss particularly every week we have a different section and we'll discuss more on animal data when we touch base next. But for now, I think I'll hand it over to Dr. Vandari.
Okay, Jose. Thank you, Cecil.
Thank you, Mahendra. My name is Jose. I work under Dr. Mahendra here at AgriLife. I help to process drone data and also manage websites. I'm also a master student at TAMU-CC. Thank you, Mahendra.
Zach. Zach, can you hear me?
Hello?
Okay. Yep.
Am I good?
Yep. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Jack Dett. I'm a senior animal science major at A&M. So
Tapas.
Hi everybody. It's good morning to everyone. So my name is Tapas and I am working with Professor Mahendra for this summer. I'm working as a summer intern and I am working on with Professor on the yield prediction project. So yeah, so it's really a good opportunity for me to learn a lot of things from Professor Mahendra and I'm working on it. and I'm currently a master student.
Priya?
Good morning, everyone. Currently, I'm working under Mahindra as a grad student, and right now my thesis is on cotton crop with the UAV data, UAV system, and I'm also working data processing and helping Jose in that, and I'm doing my master's from A&M Kingsville. Thank you.
Daniela?
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yep.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Daniela Urbano. I'm an undergrad pursuing a bachelor's in agriculture education. I work currently here at Texas A&M AgriLife with Dr. Bandari. I help with field management, collecting data in the field, also processing drone data.
Thank you. And Anna is there too, right? Yeah.
Hello. My name is Ana Guerrero. I'm an undergraduate student working with Dr. Huang. I work in the GIS program. So,
Thank you, Anna. And Dr. Lucy?
Hello, everyone. So sorry, my camera doesn't work. I'm at the office right now. I got a new dock system. Seems the system doesn't work. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, my name is Lucy Huang, an associate professor at the Department of Computer Science at Texas A&M at Corpus Christi. And my expertise is in geospatial science. Yeah, I have a bachelor and a master degree in computer science, and my PhD is in GIS. So for my research, I focus on spatial analytics, particular focus on GIS in public health. I'm also to study how spatial information is sharing and managed. So I think for this specific program, we will help you to know how to, for example, collect spatial information easily convenient from your cell phone data, and also manage spatial related agriculture data and also the animal data. Thank you everyone for joining the program. I look forward to it.
Thank you, Lucy. Kim?
Hello, I'm going to be a junior animal science major at Texas A&M, and I've worked previously with Dr. Sushil with Dairy Cow data management.
Thank you. And myself, I'm Mahendra Bandari. Currently, I'm a faculty member here at Texas A&M AgriLife at Corpus Christi Research Center. And our program is mainly focused on digital agriculture. We are intensively working with drone technology and trying to explore the satellite technology as well. And using those tools, we are trying to develop some decision support systems and high throughput phenotyping. And my background is in agronomy, but I have always been working with the technology aspect in agriculture. So that led me here in this position and working on digital agriculture. And first of all, thank you all for joining, and especially the undergraduate students and the graduate students. Thank you for your interest to be part of this team to work on this project. And I do have a few slides to go over the project, and maybe we will have more discussions once I go through these slides, and maybe you'll get a bigger picture of what this program is about and how we are going to pursue in next 8 to 10 weeks. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay. can you see this screen here?
Yes,
Please.
Professor.
Okay, so basically the title of this program is we are trying to cross-train the especially the undergraduate students and graduate students on different aspects of plant science, animal science, and mainly focusing on the data sets. So the overall goal is by the end of this project, we want the students to be familiar with what the data set looks like collected from the drone technology, collected from pedometer in animal science, and more importantly, what the database is, and utilize those data sets, database management systems to develop some data-driven tools for precision phenotyping, both in animal science and plant science. So in a kind of a big picture is to familiarize yourself on the data sets, on database management tools, and have a general idea of all these data sets and how these data sets has been utilized to make some decisions of the tools. So again, the broader perspective is on data generation. So we'll talk a little bit about how the data is generated, both in animal science and in plant science, using those new tools that are available today. And then how those data sets are handled, like what is the processing of those data sets, what needs to be done. And then above all, how to put those data sets together, that will be the major focus of this program. And the team members, myself, I'm more on plant science, agronomy, and digital agriculture. Dr. Paudel is an animal scientist, but he has an experience in these technologies as well. And then Dr. Wang, she is more into geospatial data science and database management. And as you all hear about during the introduction, that will have two students from Texas A&M Kingsville who are more into plant science. And then two members of my group here, Jose and Tapas, will be helping mainly on database aspects. So both of them have extensive experience on database management and development of some web-based decision support systems. So we decided to bring their expertise in this team and try to share their knowledge, share their experience, and help these students learn about this database infrastructure as well. And then we do have Kim and Jack from animal science. They are more on animal science field. And then we do have students from Texas A&M Corpus Christi, Anna and Michael. So Michael, we are still trying to do some paperwork. So hopefully he will be able to join the team probably next week. So this is kind of a tentative schedule that Susil developed, and we are trying to follow this schedule as well. So week one, today is the start of the program. So it is more of a introduction session, introducing ourselves and introducing about the program. And on the following weeks, on week two, we'll be talking mainly about the drone data sets, how the data sets is collected utilizing the drone, and then a little bit about how it has been used to make some support decisions in agronomy research. And on week three, we're going to talk about the animal data science, science perspective using pedometer data sets. So it will give you a whole different perspective of how the data sets are collected in animal science research. And then on week 4, as I mentioned earlier, the major focus of the program is to familiarize the students with database creation. So we're going to talk more about database creation, framework design, and all those things. And on week 5, we'll be talking about the geospatial perspective using spatial and weather data. So Dr. Lucy will be talking more about the geospatial nature of the data sets. And on week 6, we'll be talking more about big data and its perspective and its analysis. This will be touching base more on the introduction side of the big data generation and how it can be used in agriculture research. And then week 7, 8, and 9, there will be kind of a project work that will be designed probably after the introduction of database creation, so that you all will be working on those projects and have the group meetings, discussions, and then try to achieve those project goals. And then on week 10, the final week, we'll have a final presentations from the students. Most likely will form the group of 3 members so that the group can work independently, but at the same time, they can work together as well. So that is kind of a tentative schedule. I just wanted to make it a little bit brief, but maybe we can open up the discussions and then how we're gonna move forward. More of a discussion session now.
Yeah, one thing that I wanted to add on that one is if you see our team, our group, we are really diverse. Right? We are very like interdisciplinary. There are different disciplines involved. And coming to the project, we do not expect you to have extensive background on one discipline versus other. So, of course, some of you have extensive background on plant science, drone data, have never seen a pedometer, or never seen a cow itself, or never seen how that data would look like. So we'll start from scratch. So those sessions, introductory sessions, will focus on giving you background, kind of really introductory information on how we collect data, just to get everyone on the same page, so that our goal is for all of you to have a team, an interdisciplinary team, and work together as well. So this will be a team project, and we will want you to contribute on your end. Let's say if you are plant science, you will contribute whatever you know from like plant environment, right? So if you are from animal science, you will contribute whatever you know from the animal environment, and we'll put all of those together on our final project. So we will be there throughout the sessions, although, and I mentioned somebody will be leading the session, will be there to answer questions, to answer anything related to other aspect of the industry. So it's a work in progress. So me, myself, I am hoping to learn a lot from this project as well. So all of us will be learning. You all will be learning from other students. We will be learning from each other. So this is truly a learning experience, and our goal is for you to develop interest in data and see that data science kind of binds everything, whether it be plant science, animal science. So there's always like that data involved, and you can do a lot with data from whether it be animal or plant data. So that's the goal, and don't feel like you are not experienced enough, you don't have that expertise. I think each of us who are here to learn, and we will help each other develop those expertise. So that's what I want to truly emphasize in the first day.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, Sushil mentioned earlier as well. We really don't have, even ourselves don't have background on all of these aspects, but we are going to share the common environment and try to learn from each other as well. So it will be truly a learning experience moving forward in the next 2 weeks. And maybe if the students have any questions so far. Lucy, do you want to say something?
Yeah, yes, I think I also strongly agree. This is a learning experience for all of us. Like we will learn from scratch, so we will learn from each other. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say.
Okay. So in the next week, what we will have is a preliminary survey. So each of you will be getting a survey to fill out, and then we wanted to know your general perspective on data sets, and then how much familiar are you with the data science or drone technology, things like that. So all of you will be getting a survey to fill out, and then and one more thing we need to decide is to find a date where we can have this weekly meeting, and then organize this lecture series and things like that. So most likely, if we can find a date for maybe Friday or Thursday, anytime that we can, put it in our calendar so that we know this program is going on. So we need to decide on that one as well. And then from next week, it will be the lecture series, and then we'll have the project developed, and we'll move forward from there.
And one more thing, one more question I get from student, one of my students is, I think that would be helpful for all of you as well. So the we define it as internship, and basically the amount of hours you put will be basically working on data set, right? So basically starting next week, we will have this session, the talk session, this training session, and after the training session, you will have assignment, you will have tasks that you will need to complete. So basically those are the hours you will work on the project, and you will kind of get paid for those hours as well. So you need to keep track of the training session and how much hours you work on the data sets, coming up with answers from those data sets as well. So that would be the main task for the project until we hit the let's say the teamwork, putting all those together. So there will be significant amount of time and involved. So you will you need to put some time aside for the project. I know summer is busy for everybody, so we need to think of how we can manage time and get something done for this project. So I would really request you to find a time that would help you work on the project. Any other question from the students especially? And also, this is another opportunity for you to network with each other. We have 3 universities involved. We have Texas A&M College Station. We have Texas A&M Corpus Christi. We have Texas A&M Kingsville. So we have 3 different universities. Try to know each other better. Also, faculties. We have like 3 different faculties from 3 different universities involved. Try to make connections. Don't feel like you need to stick with your faculty. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to us, and let's make it a good team so that we can continue working in future as well. So that's the goal, is to have a good team to get started on this and continue working after the completion of the project as well. I think Mahendra just dropped. Maybe he had issues with internet. Any other questions? Anybody? Any students? Okay, so if not, I have a question for all of you. So what's your expectations? So what do you want? Give me one thing that you want to take out of this internship experience, right? So I know some of you are already working on data sets. Some of you are new to the data sets. So give me one thing that you would want to take out from this session. So what are your expectations? And I'm gonna write those as well, and we will try to fulfill those expectations as we design the classes. All right, so I'm gonna go with Weber in the first. So I think I have Danelia. She is on my list. So can you give me one thing that you want to take out from this experience? What do we want to learn actually? Daniela, are you there?
Yes, I'm trying to think. I think one thing I would really like to take out of this experience is to understand how animal science is kind of contributing to what we can do with plant science and with also with computer science. That's something that I've been thinking about. So I want to see how we can link animal science with what we're going to be doing today.
Yeah, I think we were towards the end. I think that's the goal, is to have everything collaborated, right? I think we will be able to address those questions. Jack, do you want to give me explain what you want to learn from this
Yes,
experience?
yes, sir. I appreciate it. I think the biggest thing that I want to take away from this is getting more familiar with using a computer and working with data, um, especially since that's becoming such a big part of animal science these days. And obviously, it plays into other disciplines. And ultimately, I think it would make me a little bit more versatile. But I just think it's really interesting personally, and potentially working in genetics in the future. So data plays a large role in that.
It does, yeah. Whether it be plant genetics, animal breeding, plant breeding, data, it's what we are after, right? So I think that's a great way to learn. I think Priya is next in my list.
Yeah, I want to learn more about the data analysis. Like, I'm a bit interested, like how the data displays everything and relates what we are working. So I need to know more about the data science and like data analysis.
And I think Tapas and Jose, you are gonna be the facilitators, right? Are you student? No, that's good. I think even I think Tapas and Jose, this would be a really a good opportunity for you all to learn from each other. You know, it's not only targeted to students, but also we are here to learn from you all. So I don't have a lot of experience with plants and data and all those database creation. I am really excited to learn from you all as well. So if you have anything to add to that, like Jose.
Yes, I do. First of all, thank you for including me. Uh, uh, I'm also eager to learn. You know, you, I'm very interested, in learning how to work like in groups, how to be able to accomplish the goal of the project in these 8 to 10 weeks, and uh, being able to work in teams, and especially it's a little bit more challenging because it's online, but I think it's gonna be very useful. So I'm very interested on that.
Really, I think you bring a great point, Jose. Uh, Going online, it would be really great to have everyone together on a workshop session. Face-to-face workshop would have been ideal way to go, but even with online, I think it's better for us to have that connection from different universities, different attendees, and I truly think that this will be a great experience for all students and faculties involved. Any final thoughts, Dr. Vandari or Dr. Lucy? You are muted.
So Anna is with Daniela, so maybe
Okay.
first give
Yeah.
her a chance to hear more about what she thinks as well. Daniela, can you pass it to Anna?
Uh, I'm looking forward to learning more about data visualization and just being able to effectively show the different kind of, because they were such an interdisciplinary project, our results aren't going to be useful if it only makes sense to half of us. So just being able to show the data in different ways, that's really exciting to me.
And I think we have Tapas back. So Tapas, do you want to share, what do you think about the project? And we're really lucky to have you as one of the collaborators and help us as facilitator for the project. So we want to hear your perspective as well.
Yeah, sure, Professor Sushil. It's my pleasure to meeting with you people and getting an opportunity to work with you and collaborate with you. And it's like when I I'm just listening to everything. It's really interesting. Like you are doing the data analysis and collecting the data for the animal data. I'm having a little bit of experience on how to do the data processing and using different kind of machine learning algorithm and doing some kind of feature analysis, feature engineering, and displaying the data. So hopefully, I will try my best to help you as any term is required. Definitely, and it's really even I want to see like exactly I have seen some other like different kind of data like right now I'm working on the cotton data, so definitely it would be really nice for me to see how the data set look like, what kind of data like we are gathering and how we can do the data processing and maybe probably the future plan and definitely from the database part as well. And I'm having a few experience on the database as well, so I will try to share my knowledge and I will try to learn from you. And it's really a nice opportunity for me to learn from different people. And so I really appreciate for it. Thank you so much, sir.
Especially, thank you for going purpose for your interest to be a facilitator in this project. So I'm mainly on the database and data analytics, and that is going to be really helpful for all of us. So it looks like we got more response on the data analytics itself. So the students are very interested in learning the data analysis part, visualization, and those things. So maybe we might need to focus more. And that was the overall idea of this project as well, trying to familiarize ourselves with different transdisciplinary data sets and then how we can put them together. And then Anna mentioned about visualization, and then Priya mentioned about analysis, and Daniel also talked a little bit about he wanted to learn more on data analysis part. So we're going to focus more on this section first year. So, and on the first 2 weeks, it will be more of an introductory session of how the data is generated. So after those 2 weeks, we're going to focus more on the data itself and data handling mainly. So it is. Thank you for bringing those points, all of you.
Okay, so is there so should we continue this time? Does this work for everyone, or do anybody has a conflict, or should we continue Friday this time for everybody, or for future sessions, or should we seek a different time? Is there any conflict from everybody, anybody?
One of the things that might be a problem is maybe we can manage that. So the field work is going on right now, maybe for you as well, Cecil. So yeah. We usually go out in the morning and then try to avoid the heat, the afternoon heat. So maybe we can schedule for afternoon on every Thursday as well, if that is needed.
Yeah, I think that should work. I'm in Clovis, New Mexico now, so I'm on the field as well. I skipped the field today, so I think that would be fair as well. Let's try to find in the afternoon and see if that works for everybody, and then we can go from there.
Okay, sounds good. Any final thoughts? I think.
To see what time works better for everyone, one recommendation I have, we could email Doodle for people to answer their availability.
We can do the doodle poll, like whenever we send the survey, maybe we can send doodle poll to see what time works for everybody, and then we can.
Yeah, sure.
And another thing is, although like we had a delayed start for this project, don't feel like we missed a lot. I think we will catch up and get everything done. So even though we start like June 1st, we have plenty of time to get things accomplished for the project.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. And it was really a great pleasure to meet everybody. And I'm really excited for the project. And I'm really hopeful it will be a really good experience for everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
You all have a very good day and good weekend.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Hello? Yes. So a question. So for weekly meeting, how long we will take? It's 1 hour or 2 hours?
Should we decide 2 hours?
I don't know. I just wondering how long, like for the.
Maybe 1 hour for the introductory session should be okay. And maybe we can think about database and those things for 2 hours.
So for example, so we will meet weekly, right? Because I'm still not clear what should we do? Like what's the schedule?
So the schedule is, you said you'll be out of town for a few weeks, right?
Yeah, I will be out of town next Friday and then the following week. And then sometimes Friday afternoon I will be out of town. So but I want to know, like during, I wanted to know when we meet weekly, how long we will meet? How long for this session? Or what do you want me to do?
1 hour, maybe your part will be on the giving the geospatial perspective of the data on sometime, kind of a briefly introducing what geospatial data is, and kind of not really intensive, more of a introductory part of geospatial science. So that will be nice. And then we do have the data analytics. We do have these two students whom I'm going to request to give the presentation on database. So maybe that should be okay.
Then for the weekly project, so do I need to design a weekly project on the week I have, or I don't need to do it? Because I'm still not clear.
Yeah, that is something we need to talk, I think, with Sushila as well.
Yeah.
Maybe let's go with the first introductory session, first and second introductory session, and during those 2 weeks, let's have a separate meeting, you or me and Sushil, and then think about designing the project, how to design the project,
Okay, can you pull out the tentative schedule? Can you share the screen?
Okay, yeah.
Do I have minutes right now?
Yeah, sure. Can we? I do have one proposal deadline today, so.
Yeah, I hope to catch him too.
Okay.
Okay, so we're done week 1, right? Introduction session, we're done. Then
So I'll talk more on the next week. I'll be talking more on the agronomic aspect of like how the drone data looks like and things like that. Just brief introduction about the data collected from the drone. Okay, and then the following week, Susil is going to talk about his data sets using pedometer. And then next week, we're going to talk about the database creation. So I'll have one of the students talk about the database and, just a brief introduction about the database generation. And then on week 5, maybe you can give a brief perspective on geospatial data.
Then for geospatial data, then do I need to look at talk about the how relate to weather data?
So that is what Susil mentioned, but it's just like not really the weather data. I think for the project, we need to define a kind of a set path. But what I feel like is they are more interested in the data itself, So we might have to discuss about that.
Because for, I think, Sushi, right? He mentioned that his animal data doesn't have any spatial data.
No.
So last time I think maybe we can talk about how to collect spatial data, add to their animal data, like the location of the cows, whatever, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking to using kind of how to kind of like similar as a survey, but we get the spatial data automatically into the into your database. Like for example, if I have sensors, then at the same time we can pull out the location of the sensors or the mobile phone, right? If you have if you use your cell phone to take a picture of the tree, then the location of the tree will be automatically catched and then put into the database. So that's what I was thinking to add.
Yeah, definitely. I think that would be nice as well. So that they'll have a totally different perspective on the data, spatial data, but even the animal science people.
Yeah, this way we will enrich the data set by including spatial data. So that's what thinking the topics we can add. But so for this training, it will be 1 hour, like when we prepare the training materials.
The lecture will be for 1 hour.
So we
usually have to be 1 hour, like maybe 30 to 45 minutes, and then maybe 30 minutes will be good, or 45 minutes, and then kind of have a discussion session. Maybe what we can do is 1.5 hours of this monthly meeting so that we can go over the project as well, and then give more time on questions and discussions,
Okay, but then we also have a weekly assignment. Then, so does it mean when we talk about this for each week, the assignment will be related to whatever we covered, the topics?
So that is what we need to discuss, I think, on generating what I was thinking initially was to create a big project, and then they will start working on the individual components on the week 2. Maybe after this week 4 to 10, 4 to 9. So kind of like we need to design a bigger project on how to, maybe we can see how we can put together the data sets from animal science and then the plant science, and then have them work on that big project and start with those individual components,
Okay.
So about this project, we really need to brainstorm a little bit, I think. So Let's do one thing, Lucy. How is your schedule for next? I'll be out for next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe Thursday. Can we meet sometime on Thursday next week?
You mean with Susie, right?
Yeah, 3 of us.
Yes, no, okay. Yeah, I think I can do Thursday because I have a workshop to attend from Monday to Wednesday. So
Okay.
Thursday, let me see. I think I'm good Thursday.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
but depends on the time because why I also need I have 2 children. They have a lot of summer activities, so I need to drop them, pick
Okay.
them like in and out.
Okay. Okay.
But just let you know your schedule. Check with Susie and look at your schedule, and I will see how can I fit in.
Okay. Sure. Okay, Lucy.
Okay.
Do you know how to share this audio? Maybe business no. Yeah. More stuff. I feel like stuff for them.